Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome, welcome, and welcome, everybody. Yes, yes. When you see the couch, you know what that means. Miss Pam, you know what that means.
Yeah,
It's,
buddy.
it's the preview to tomorrow night, the Ladybirds. We'll make a big announcement about a special interview we will have once everybody kind of get up on in here. That will be later on this evening at 8
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you know T. Will, you know that man. Yes.
Uh-huh.
We will actually have the pleasure of being on his show tonight. He will be interviewing the Ladybirds of AFN, so y'all check that out. Share it. Once he sends me the link and everything, I'll make sure you guys have a link to his channel if you don't follow him already. But we'll get more into details about that a little later.
Yes.
So, with that being said, Miss Pam,
Yes, ma'am.
well, welcome to the couch. This is Maggie T's Atlanta Falcons Nation's fan vent session. I think Christy will probably be on with us for a couple of minutes. But we won't do this too long. We'll just do it for a couple of minutes, get the fans to speak a little bit because, yeah, if in case you didn't know, fans, we are no longer in the hunt to the playoffs. What's going on, Floyd? What's going on? Y'all share this content out, please,
Yes.
please, please. We're happy that you're here. This is where we kind of get our therapy in, as I am a real life certified mental health coach. So I just wanted to play into that cause of it and just, give people some hope and advice. And so we can go into the last, 4 games and just be a Falcons fan. I need you to put the bottle down and what's up, Carl Thomas? It was love at first sight. I wish I never met. I'm sorry, Carl. I'm sorry. Oh, whoa. So yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Welcome to the Atlanta Falcons Nation vent couch. We're gonna get in here, and me, Pam, and possibly Christy will probably talk a bit, and then we're gonna give it up to the fans to come
Yes.
in and give their opinions of what they feel and everything else. So I'm gonna ask you, Miss Pam. You were there live in action. I had to go back and watch the highlights a little bit more because I missed a lot of the game yesterday because I was making gingerbread houses with my niece at a friend's house. So
At that rate, that gingerbread house was a lot better than what I saw in the field yesterday. But as I post on my Facebook page, the chili cheese dog was the only good thing I ate at the stadium. And the defense did good, but you had them on the field too long. That's the problem.
that's the problem. It was we
Hmm.
had them on the field too long.
Hmm. Yep.
Well, as Falcons just come in and make adjustments, and receivers fumbling. Just the turnovers was
Yeah.
atrocious, and it was ridiculous. And I believe that just at that point, the team had just checked out.
Hmm.
Let's keep it real. That offense just that
And
many
it's
turnovers. But of course, that kind of is a reminder back again when we were seeing turnover king at one
hmm
point. I think me and Pam said something in the background. We was like, well, I'm gonna ask you this again, Miss Pam.
hmm
Do you blame Kirk Cousins for that?
no, I don't blame Kirk Cousins for it. I blame the receivers. They're not even helping to. I mean, the ball is hitting them right there, and they're just not even helping him to, try to catch the ball. You
Mm-hmm.
know, And then I think the touchdown pass by Darnell Mooney, that
Mm-hmm.
was a touchdown. I think we were
They just
we
took,
were kind of
yeah.
robbed of that. I don't care what they say,
Yeah, I even heard it when I was watching the replay. The commentators was like, yeah, that should have been
It
a
should have been a
touchdown.
touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't stay.
So
I felt like if he did step out the fan, he would force out of bounds. He wouldn't just went out of bounds by himself. And when you force out of bounds, that shouldn't even be a call against you.
right. And what's up going on? Goes Peppers 91.99. What's good,
Mhm.
Falcons family? And
Hello.
he's Carl Thomas is, laughing at me. It's funny because we have a Scotty, so I got a song for Scotty. It's calling me. So now Carl sing every time you come up in here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna play that when we get off the show. Y'all loud and wrong. I wish
Uh,
and I'm gonna ask everybody to please share this out. Uh,
yes,
you know,
yes.
if it's a Monday and Maggie's on, yeah, you already know what that means. I got a vent. So
Mhm.
let's go ahead and get into this. Then we're gonna leave it out to we're gonna talk a little bit more. Then we'll open it up to I know you're waiting on your daughter right now. So
Yeah, yeah.
so what I can say, and I also watched that press conference from Raheem Morris. He looks flustered, he looks frustrated, and shout out to whoever that reporter was in this last one. He was
Mhm.
starting to ask the questions that we really wanted to hear.
Definitely.
Asking as is, how you're feeling about the special teams, basically questioning his support behind that special teams coach,
Yes.
you know, maybe not to that extent. I just know he mentioned it. It was like just, what can you say for yourself for pretty much the failures
Other special team.
of the special teams. And,
Mhm.
amongst other questions when I later on listened, it was like, um, how do you prepare your team and get ready for get your team hyped and ready to go after knowing that we're not in the playoffs anymore?
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
it is a question. It's like, how do you keep the momentum of a team that basically just don't have anything else to play for? But the way he did put it was like, well, we can't worry about that. We got to find a way to win, and the players, you know, do their job, and
Laughable. That's laughable. I mean,
just basically he's saying they're here to do their damn job because they are paid to do it. So we're gonna go in there and it's a fight because you know what? Let me read this. Actually,
mhm.
I should have meant to send it to you, ladies. Let me
Mhm.
put it in the chat, and I want to bring this up real fast. Because it's
Mhm.
something from Kaden Ellis that someone posted, and I was like, oh my god, that's my goodness, that's
Uh,
kind of. I want y'all to read it with me,
mhm.
or read against the lines here of that, because I was like, I'm gonna put both screenshots up here.
Okay.
Let me get into Messenger real quick and get those pictures. Give me a moment.
Mhm.
Um, but while you waiting, Miss Pam, just kind of give your gripes about the team a little bit more. Why I'm getting these pictures posted up. I guess my question for
Uh,
you
mhm.
is, what next? What do we do now at the remaining of this season? What are your thoughts? What we need? Because I did see this on T. Will's show. No, one
Mhm.
fan, excuse me, where it was like, what happens next? So I kind of wanted to kind of extend that conversation over here. Miss Pam,
Uh-huh.
what do you think?
Well, my theory is I don't think they're gonna change the head coach, which I he needs to go because the minority of the fan base want him gone, and and you putting the next season, you know, feeling how the feel of the fan, the pulse of the fan base is not feeling next year, as far as with this head coach. Um, some people believe we need to blow up a team. I don't think we need to blow up the complete team because the team is not a failure. You got a positive on the defense side. The defense actually are playing well. It's your specialty and your offensive side of the ball is not playing well. And of course, Raheem Morris gonna blame injuries on that, but which of course we got injuries on both sides of, on the defense as well as the offense. But you need to address the depth of this team, and you definitely need to hire some more people to come in there. I think we need new blood, in my opinion. New head coach, new offensive coordinator. new quarterback coach.
Mhm.
Um, we're gonna have to definitely draft a quarterback, I think. In the later round. You're gonna have to draft corners because we need somebody on the other side of AJ. Um, you need to put depth on that offensive line.
Mhm.
Basically, with the team right now, what they got to do, they got to go out and play. They really got to go out and play so it could probably attract other people to
Right.
this team.
Right. Because
You
I'm
know.
glad you said that, Miss Pam, because it's like,
Hmm.
the question is, and then we'll go into, I'm gonna let you finish, but
Uh huh.
who would want to come to this team in case we're, and well, I'm gonna let you finish. Then we're gonna get
Uh
into
huh.
something I want to bring up. Let's do that.
Uh huh.
You
Okay.
finish.
But if he stays on, he need to get an experienced old offensive coordinator. We don't need another rookie. I mean, your mistake. You had hired a rookie defensive coordinator and a rookie offensive coordinator. That
Mhm.
was a coaching mistake number one. If you're gonna be a head coach, you need to have somebody who been there and done that. You don't need to. I mean, if you're gonna get somebody a rookie trained under that, somebody been there and done that is
Mhm.
my opinion. You know. So I have a feeling he's gonna stay. Now if he gonna stay, he better go out and he better go ahead and get an experienced offensive coordinator. Cause if he brings another rookie, I think it's gonna be a ride on it at Flowery Branch if he brings in another rookie offensive coordinator.
Right. And I
And
like what
fans, the season ticket
uh,
holder, you losing your potential season ticket holder. Last year we sold out a season ticket holder
mhm.
because
Because of
he
the
sold us
potential
up a
Michael
dream.
Penix, right? And
You
Kirk
know,
Cousins. Yes.
yeah. And so now this year, you know, y- uh, you got to worry about the current season ticket you got, and you got to worry about trying to rebuild and add more to it.
Right. And I'm sorry, not Kirk Cousins, but Michael Penix.
Yes,
So,
yes.
right. And I want to get to this comment from Sterling Woods,
Mhm.
8821, and he kind of sentiments is the same as you. I know you said
Mhm.
quarterbacks, but
Uh
we
huh.
need to get a special team coach,
Mhm.
offensive coordinator, head coach, wide receiver, uh, cornerback.
Yes.
You know, I agree. I agree, and I agree with you, Pam, about because it's like for some reason I just don't feel like they're gonna chop Raheem to the losses because
No,
they
no.
normally give these coaches,
Another another chance.
another chance.
And
Now,
also while you're
mhm,
at it, get a strength and condition coach because the one you got is not
right,
working.
definitely, we're dropping like flies, and this kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of that year. What was it?
The year I
Was it
know
Raheem's first? Was it
his
no?
second year. It was his second year, I think. No,
What,
no. It was Arthur. Was it Dan Quinn last year?
it was something where that
Was
injury
it?
was just
Yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
Y'all quote me if y'all remember that, but I
Uh,
remember we was coming off of just a bad training camp, all those
everybody
players
was
out,
dropping.
right?
Everybody was
And
dropping.
it was just they was continuing to drop in the season, and we was struggling.
Mm-hmm.
We was definitely struggling, and here we are again with the injury bug,
Yep.
the change in quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Now you want to go under center, and um, but and also with the Scotty. Speaking of Scotty,
Mm-hmm.
I'm singing Carl Thomas song, but Scotty's calling me. Scotty's pretty good. I'm in the zone. I hate to say this, but the Falcons need to release Jake Matthews. He's up there. He's
Yeah, get a
a
replacement. Yep. I
mm,
agree with you, Scott. Get a replacement. Yep.
mm.
It's time.
Yeah, I'm kind of there with you there because we hear more of Jake
Mm-hmm.
Matthews penalties, if anything, than we do,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
it's I don't even have to ask sometimes who is it? Who is it? Is it
Now,
Jake?
now they got rid of Grady, and look what happened on the defense side. You got
Mm-hmm.
Durless and you got Root kind of stepping up, but I
Right.
would say add another piece. in that up in that front too.
Hmm.
You know, to help.
Okay, then we got Sonya. What's going on, Sonya? Sonya Howell,
Hey, Sonia.
7975. That's another lady in the house. The players have given up on Raheem. What's the point of bringing him back next season as head coach? And that's a
That
question, you know. And then of
is the
course,
fans get is the player giving up on him? That's the question. All
yeah,
the
is
blame
the
got us.
players
Got.
giving up on him? And I want to bring this up. I
Mm-hmm,
finally got the pictures posted, and then we're gonna go into a little something real quickly.
mm-hmm.
And then how about them dogs? Yes, C double, yeah. Okay. So,
Congratulations.
and you know what? I didn't want to hype it up yet because I was waiting on my, in SEC champion shirts to come in. I'll be wearing them. I'll be wearing that on the Ladybird show, just to let you know, Miss Pam.
But let me say something also.
Sure.
Congratulations to Brick Keys on an extension. He is not going nowhere, y'all. He gonna stay with the Yellow Jackets. And
But that's
congratulations to all those flipping of the recruitments. We're gonna have a good
hey,
year next
you
year.
know
So
what?
I'm all excited.
I'm happy to see something's working in at Georgia Tech, and I'm glad
Yes.
that you're keeping some of the same staff.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to get recruitment because they're looking pretty decent,
Now we lost the offensive coordinator to Florida. Florida,
Okay,
he went to Florida State as offensive coordinator. So we
okay.
got to replace him. But other than
Now,
that, we good. We good.
now, did you think? And then we're gonna get into that. Well,
Uh,
we'll bring it up on the Lady Birds, but just real quick
yeah, yeah,
question.
yeah. Uh huh.
Um, what do you think went wrong with your team? Was it offense, defense, coaching? What would you think it was?
Which team are we talking about? Talking the
Tech,
Falcons?
Tech.
Okay. Uh, their defense kind of was giving up a lot of runs, but in the game against y'all, they actually played well. That was the first year they actually played, you know, didn't give up a lot of runs because they were giving up a whole bunch of runs, and our offense scored enough points. If you notice, it was a high scoring games that we were losing because the defense couldn't hold them. That was the
Okay.
problem.
Okay, and we'll go into more details about that
Yeah.
because I want to get into Bama. Let's squeezing their little ass up in there, and I'm like, I am not surprised that. Oh, but we're gonna say that for the Ladybirds
Yeah,
tomorrow.
let's say it for the labor. We talking. We got to vent about these Falcons.
Yeah, we're gonna vent about these Falcons because
Mhm.
okay, same. Okay,
Mhm.
let's see. I see Scotty with the red and black.
Uh huh.
He said C double said, oh, and also Falcon suck right now. Yeah, we did
Yeah,
though.
yeah, we got it.
Um, some days you just gotta find a way. You just gotta find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way, man. Okay.
Yep.
So, and then C double said Raheem needs to call Kirby so he could teach him what physicality is. Ooh, no, keep Kirby where he's at.
Yeah, let Kirby stay where he at.
We going for the big one. So keep Kirby where he's at. I'm happy with him being the Georgia
I got
Bulldog.
a question, Maggie. If we
Yes, ma'am.
do, if we do, get rid of Raheem, who's your replacement?
I mean, honestly, Pam, I I don't know. I mean,
Mhm.
because we got to also see how the rest of the season plays out and
Mhm.
who's, for one thing, it has to be, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Can you, who do you think? Because I got to call real quick.
Who I think?
Yes, who you think is your idea?
I would like Mike McCarthy. I've been on the McCarthy train ever since he let me down. He let me down this season. I was on the Belichick train, but right now I think Mike McCarthy is a playoff proven coach, and I think we need somebody with that playoff proven attitude for this team. But then again, if push come to shove, if they want to promote Albright, I don't know about that. I really don't know about that. I'd rather keep Albright on the defensive side, but I think that's my only choice. I mean, Kubiak, I think he would be a good offensive coordinator. But if push come to shove, he could be a head coach. But Joe Brady also could be a head coach too, you know. But I rather my top choice will be somebody who been there and done that. And I think this team needs a coach that's that's been there and done that. You know, that's just my opinion. Let's see.
What about off the blank? One second.
Uh-huh.
What about the blank? What do you think needs to happen? Do you think he's kind of just giving up on the team, or you think he still is passionate?
I don't think he's giving up on the team. I think he's got other interests, that he's trying to, you know, try to. I mean, I know he just recently hired Atlanta United just recently hired their head coach. So he's got a lot on his plate right now. But I think I'm thinking he's probably getting he's trying to bring his son into the fold, a little bit, you know. But I don't know at this point. But I won't know till the end of the season how things gonna fall, you know. Because if he's gonna get rid of it, he's gonna get rid of him at the end of the season, you know.
Sorry about that, Pam. I did have
Uh
a coming in, so just bear with me. Hey,
huh.
fans, how you doing?
Uh huh. But who do you think should be, or you think they gon' I know they probably end up gonna keep him on because a lot of fans saying that he deserved a third year, but after this season, I don't think he deserved a third or fourth season. After this season, you know.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
You're welcome. Bye. Sorry, that was money calling. I got to get my coins. Yeah, y'all know I'm a busy lady. As you
Uh-huh.
guys know, this is Maggie T Productions presents. So
Uh-huh.
I'm kind of back outside again in its entertainment industry. Trying to make some moves happen outside the Falcons Nation, Atlanta Falcons Nation. So I do
Mhm.
apologize for the interruption there. Um,
Mhm.
so that was just a call for me, that I needed to take because it's like those coins that I need in my pocket for Christmas.
But you
So,
know what that reminds me of Maggie. I was
mm-hmm,
looking at Coach Key's show. He
mm-hmm.
said, "Excuse me, I got to talk to a recruitment." He left the show to talk to a recruitment, and then when he got back, he said, "I hope it's good news." He said, "It's all good."
Absolutely, and it was definitely good news, but turns out I got it's payment sent to me, but I have to go
Uh-huh.
pick it up tomorrow. But I was like,
Yeah,
I will meet me at the bank.
I know
Hallelujah,
that. I know that, right?
hallelujah, check, check, ching. But no, seriously, what I basically then I'm gonna go back if you want to reiterate your question again in
Uh-huh.
a minute. Um,
Okay.
what I was saying is, people start finding me on YouTube, my other page, Maggie T Productions. Also on social media platforms, and I'm gonna get to your comments too. Um, I'm back in the entertainment industry, and I've been promoting a R&B ladies night on Saturdays at Level 3 Cuisine and Bar. As well as I'm connecting with the live band there that actually is looking for management. So something I might be interested in getting into. So that means it might be some more venues and things that I'll be promoting. I love them. They're great. Um, and I want to promote more artists, more music. I do have a playlist on all social media platforms where a Atlanta Falcons Nation song was promoted. I mean, well, was created, and I want y'all to go on anywhere you want to listen to it, iTunes, Spotify, what have you. Type in Maggie T Productions. You're going to see 3 tracks currently, as well on as far as our Atlanta Falcons Nation song. Y'all, please play it, hype it up, send it to people. Let me know what you think about it. As well as if you are in entertainment and you're needing to kind of get promoted, hit me up. I'm also still promoting people and their businesses and things like that. So, but that's for another day. That's for Maggie T Productions. But Now, I'm
Mhm.
sorry I didn't hear what you had to. I was trying to listen, but she was really telling me some stuff, and I was like, "Oh Lord!" And I had to
Uh,
get the call right then, but I had to pick that thing up.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So, and what did you ask? I'm sorry, because I know
I
I
said, who is your choice of if they decided to get rid of Raheem? Who is your choice of a head coach?
me personally, I don't have a name as of yet that I really have to kind of do my scouting and
Mm-hmm.
see because right now everybody's in the playoffs, everybody's
Mm-hmm.
or trying to fight for their jobs, you know,
Mm-hmm.
stay
Yeah.
on their jobs, what have you. So right
Mm-hmm.
now, the time to find a coach, it's going to be what happens in this, in the last 4 games or so.
Yeah.
Who shows up? It's like who's going to speak out and say they're open to interviews and things like that. So, but as
Mm-hmm.
far as who I would like, I definitely would want and I'm sure you mentioned, and I know I didn't hear it, but
Mm-hmm.
I think our sentiments has always been the same. That somebody with experience,
Mm-hmm.
proven winner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want some of these fix a project offensive coordinators, head coaches that y'all are giving a shot to say, hey, here's a shiny toy. You want to play with it? Man, yeah, I'm not good. I'm coming up in here. We just
Mm-hmm.
got away. Like, so I'm tired of finding ways to figure this out. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see what the fans saying, and I want to put up this thing about Ellis. We need
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and I apologize for the delay, ladies and gentlemen. Scotty said
Okay.
Raheem Morris does stay. He needs to part ways with Zach Robinson and Marquise Williams indefinitely. And I get
Mm-hmm.
that because if he's going to be
Yeah,
the
I agree.
he has to bring in better coordinators,
Mm-hmm.
this coach,
Yes.
etc. Don't give it to the quarterback man that has all many hats. You can't be overwhelming one staff and saying, "Hey,
Exactly.
you're gonna be helping with this. You're gonna be helping with that." And we needed
Yes.
somebody to develop this quarterback. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins is here, but who's to say what happens at the end of this game? He might have a miraculous rest of the season. I doubt it,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, no. But he might show signs that he's damn good to be on somebody else's team, if not the Falcons.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
still playing a man. So Georgia Tech
they are.
offense right now. Ooh, Eric Mack saying a whole damn like Mike McCarthy.
Yeah,
I've been hearing that name a lot.
I said that.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and but I was saying, you know what? I'm gonna wait a little bit and see if we get some
Mm-hmm.
more potential uh
Yeah.
different more candidates out there in the hat. Then
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea who I would like. I
Mm-hmm.
want John Gruden to come back and coach us.
Oh,
Okay.
I wouldn't mind John Gruden. I
Night
mean,
Whisper, Night Whisper.
yeah,
How you doing?
I wouldn't
Um,
mind him.
Aaron Mack also said we need someone who can do what Mike Smith came in and did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
Now that first year coach Arthur Smith, he did pretty good
Right.
until the media got into the head.
Mm,
I kind of like the first year Arthur Smith. He was good, in my opinion. And then when the media got into his head, that's when he lost control.
okay.
You know,
Yeah. You're and he's still a good defensive coordinator and everything else, and head coach, and just like
offensive
offense.
coordinator.
My
Yeah.
bad, my bad, my bad.
No,
Um,
you good. You good.
and I like what Ghost Pepper said here. It said, if Raheem stays, no one can tell me. I mean, nobody can tell me off the blank doesn't get joy and pleasure. I've seen Falcons fans being disgruntled and highly disappointed from the team consistent losing. And y'all bear with me. I'm over here in the background as well. So if I miscue some things about coaches and stuff, you already know. But this is not our regular Ladybird show anyway. So
It's
it's
a
on.
venting section.
We're doing. But I like to see that it's 38 people up in here. Let's make sure that we are on X as
Yes.
well. Please share this out. Please share
Yes.
this out. Sterling Woods, Clint QB,
QBA. Yeah, that's a Seattle offensive
Okay.
coordinator. Yep.
And I've been seeing a lot of people saying
Mm,
Seattle.
mm-hmm.
I mean, and let me know in the chat why would you want these? Just give me why. How
Mm-hmm.
do you feel that they would take this team on? And because I feel like you said, Miss Pam, don't blow it up. And they said Matt
Yeah.
LaFleur or Mike Tomlin. If Steelers and
Mm-hmm.
Packers part ways with both of them, gives me one of them. If the Steelers get rid of
So
Mike
Tomlin, you
Tomlin.
better go and get him.
You better go and get him. But right now, he's hot. He's
Yeah.
he's
He's a hot commodity.
he's a hot commodity right now. So everybody's gonna be
After him.
licking these fingers like, man, come on in, come on in. You know,
Mhm.
but I don't see them letting them go because they just been holding on for him so long. But I guess at some
Yeah.
day, the end has to end, right? You know, one
Yeah.
thing about the Steelers, they will eventually make that decision because, of course, hasn't always been Mike Tomlin. So, but they
Who
don't.
to say they ain't
They,
gonna put him in the front office? They might put him in the front
that's what I'm
office.
saying. So it's like they might do something
Yeah.
else with him because
Yeah.
it's longevity and it's the Steelers
Mhm.
just kind of have loyalty.
Exactly.
So they don't have that many head coaching changes in their franchise history.
Mhm.
C Double said I would be okay with either Kyle Shanahan or you said
Yeah.
Kyle Shanahan.
Shanahan not leaving 49. 49ers make the playoffs. They keeping Shanahan. And they're not
He
parting
just
ways.
give you a bad taste while how he just handled our team at the end. I hesitated when I read that. I'm
I'm letting
sorry.
you drive.
I'm sorry, Mike. If Steelers and Packers part ways, we both give them me of sorry. I didn't put it up there. My bad. If we get a first time head coach, get a veteran OC, and I don't even want a first time head coach.
Mm-mm.
I don't even want to take on another head coach that we gotta figure it out. But of course, I can agree with you there with the veteran OC and DC. Um, Thank you, Sterling Woods, for that comment. And it says, Scotty said Atlanta Falcons just playing for pride and entertainment. And they're yes, pride and entertainment, but they're also playing for, because like Pam said, let's not blow up the team. So these players either want to come back or they want to, make themselves out there for someone else to be interested in picking them up. Because yes, we're going to have to, have those tough decisions at the end of the season of who we're letting go, who we're holding on to keep this team intact of some type of, we've developed something, but there's a lot more work that needs to happen. Defensive wise, we're clicking. You know what I'm saying? It could be a couple of more tweaks in here and there in coaching that would get them together. And then these guys are young, hungry, and ready. We just got to keep AJ and, like you said, a cornerback in there that kind of protects the other side. A lot more blitzing, just a lot more. I'm not going to say that defense has been completely perfect either, but offensively, yeah. 82 Monte Carlo 28 said blank trusting them to produce a good product. It is not happening. So he's at a crossword with the fans' interest and his staff. And I'm glad you said that. So let's go ahead and get into, and I'll get to some more comments. We'll leave it at Monty. But I wanted to put this up there because we're going to have a little conversation piece. And then Miss Pam, if you have to drop off, let me know. I'm sorry, Falcons fans let it out. Let me get this banner off of here real quick because I want you to read this with me. And okay, here we go. So shout out to Taryn Wack. I would love to bring her on to the Lady Birds and interview her. So I'm going to probably reach out to her. We've had Tori. We had quite a few lady journalists.
Car was going. What do you want me to do?
So I would love to extend it with Taryn Wack and see if she's open to coming on since the season is starting to wind down. But it says right here, Falcons inside linebacker Kaden Ellis was asked about head coach Raheem Morris. Message to the team after yesterday's loss to the Seahawks. Ellis said it's to fight. What exactly does that mean, though? He went into real detail today in the locker room. Take a moment to read. So I have the other portion of that read. It might be kind of small. I'll read it. If you can see it. If you can't, I'm sorry because I'm blind too. So I'm going to take it up on my phone. And I'll make sure it's re-uploaded on the channel too so you can see it as well. But I'll read it. I'll just be your narrator today. So what basically was saying about Kaden Ellis. What was Raheem Morris' message after the loss to the Seahawks? Fight. Yeah, just fight. They brought all of us here for a reason. He's here for a reason. It's time to just keep working and earn a good victory on Thursday. Because we have a short week, y'all. So has the team not been fighting at times? I'm assuming a reporter, I guess Miss Wack did ask that question. And he said, no, I think we have. You can take the undefeated Patriots team that lost the Super Bowl, and if you can go back any of their games, you're going to see plays from any single player, anyone out there. A player or two were all right. That guy quit on that play straight up. I remember one of the best studies I ever did was going and looking at, I'm not going to name them, some of my favorite linebacker stack and outside backers. I took their best seasons and best games, statistically the best. And one of the things I learned most from that study was these guys got beat a lot in their best game of the best season ever. These guys had plays where they quickened their best season and their best game. You want every play to be perfect. You want every play to be 100% effort. You want every play to be everything you can possibly give. That's what every speech is about. You love that. You get chills hearing about that. Hearing about guys like Ray Lewis talk about that. But doesn't matter who it was, you're going to have things on tape where you're like, man, I can give more. Got dinged the play before, whether it's because it was a 15-play drive, whether it was because of a mental error. You forgot your job. A little ding to the head or whatever it may be. There's going to be moments now as a team, as a unit, as a collection. It's not a lack of fight. It's being able to have your brothers back in these moments because everybody's going to have them. It doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are. Everybody's going to have them, and it's coming together and executing in critical situations. He also went on. I think the first half against the Seahawks showed that we showed up ready to fight the number one seed in an NFC. We showed up ready. We showed up. We're here to fight. Then they made a big play coming out of the half. Dang, that sucks. Our offense drives down the field, and something that's uncharacteristic happens, and we lose the ball. He also said that, we didn't stand up. All the defense stood up on their side. Special teams, offense, defense. If any one of us could have just flipped a switch right there, it stays a fight. I'm not saying it's guaranteed we win, but it stays a fight throughout the game. The doors don't get blown off, and that is what happened. So when he's saying fight, it's not a lack of we haven't been fighting. It's all right, guys, keep going. That's really what it means. It's a battle cry, a rallying call to keep pressing, to keep trusting what you're doing, to keep moving, to keep going. Not a hey, you're not giving me enough. It's a keep giving me what you're giving me. If you can find an area to give me more, do it. But cool, keep fighting. So I hope y'all kind of heard that a little bit. And like I said, I'll repost it so you can read it again. But I just want you to pay attention to what was said in that message. And it's something that we as fans kind of already know. Raheem Morris is a hype man. He gets his players riled up with his speeches, and it's like, yes, we're going to find a way and get out there and fight. Sis, boom, ba. But that part where he says right here, it's a battle cry. It's a rallying call to keep pressing, to keep trusting what we're doing, to keep moving, to keep going. But it's not a, hey, you're not giving me enough. Keep giving me what you're giving me. So that part right there is what I talk about. Accountability and getting in on the players. You can hype them up. Beautiful. The team at least Caden Ellis seems like he's behind Raheem, but something in there that's not stating, hey, he got on us about A, B, and C. He kind of, gave us a little lecture after the game about what went wrong, what didn't. That's what I'm not hearing out of that conversation. Miss Pam, are you here with me? Oh, well, she's on mute. Now let her come back in a minute. I know she's picking up her daughter. And let me know, fans, what you think about that. Do you agree with me that you're not really hearing, hey, Miss Christy, any type of, and of course, we're not in the locker rooms. We can only go what the players give us, and I can say that Michael Penix was really good at that. I can tell you that. But are you there back with me, Miss Pam?
I'm back.
Okay, so did you really hear it, or did you need to read it later?
I can see it. I went ahead and was able to see it.
Okay, so, and you're a little low, and what do you think about that passage? I'm just going to leave it up here for people that can see it. If you can, let me go on YouTube and see if it's too small, and I'll take it down. I know it's a lot to read, but what do you get from what Caden Ellis was saying when he was asking about the coaches coming in and saying fight?
I get that he's frustrated because the defense is doing their job, and he.
You're low, Pam. Did you change your headset or something? You're very low.
Let's see. Can you hear me now?
It's low. Anybody? Is it low for Pam? I can hear you, but I don't know if the fans can hear you loud enough. Let her know if you can hear her. I do want to hear what you say. Chrissy said it is low.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
It is still low. I don't know if your headset changed or you switched something, but it's very low right now. Is it away from your mouth? I know you're driving.
It's not. I'm not driving, but it's. Can you hear me now?
No, it's very low, Pam.
Let me go out and come back in.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a chance to come back in. So okay, thank you. I want to see what the Falcons fans are saying. So Ski said fights for your job. And you know what? I know you're probably saying it as far as, I guess the overall players, but the way you said it, the way you put it, I kind of agree with you there. Yeah, like the last 4 games, they do got to fight for their jobs. They do got to fight for being on another team. They do got to fight for, including the head coaches, the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. Everybody's on the spotlight right now. So Arthur Blank, hopefully, and Terry will be watching closely these last few games of the season. And Pam will be coming back. Hopefully she'll be loud again. I'm gonna take this off now because I don't want it to be too much. But like I said, I'll repost this to the pages and YouTube so y'all can kind of see that image again. But oh snap, my bad. Look at my face. Hey. We got to have the couch though. So they are. It's gonna be one of those things where we're not gonna blow up the team. Let me see if Pam is ready now. Miss Pam?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
But we're just gonna go with I'll mute when you're talking if you want to. I don't know what happened, but you're just a little low for some reason.
Okay. What I got out of that is that the defense is giving all their all, and the frustrating part of it is when the special team and the O-line is letting you down, I mean, it's one thing that will set out a domino effect to make everything go haywire. And that's what I got out of that.
Okay, thank you, Pam. Thank you, Pam. I hope fans, y'all did hear that. I did mute myself so she can I don't know what happened, but I know you're in the car driving, so that could probably have a lot to do with it. I'm probably going to get ready to go ahead and get these fans to come on for the next 30 minutes. I'll stop this about 6 p.m. Eastern. That way I can get prepared for everybody. If you know T. Wills, you know him for, what is his show called? Give me a moment, y'all. His channel. I should know it. For my ATL Sports 1, I believe it is. Let me just make sure. Let me see. T. Will show. Let's see. Okay. Hi, my child. Muy bien, gracias. My children, I tell you. Um, shoot. I don't know why I got. Oh, I got to put a little dot in there. Okay, here it goes. It's for my ATL Sports One, the number one. So follow him on YouTube and all social media platforms. That's T Will. The Ladybirds will be on there tonight to be interviewed. We're actually going to be interviewed on the show. We're going to talk about some Falcons content and I love for the birds. So I definitely want you guys to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. on T Will's channel. That's again the number 4, my ATL Sports One. So let's get into these fans' comments. Then we're going to go ahead and open the link up. I'm not going to stay on too long, so don't hang here too long. Just kind of say your piece and get your therapy in, vent, talk about it. Because I did see some people kind of disagreeing here. Let's see here. I want John Gruden to come back and coach and see what we're missing. I'm going back to what I missed. I know we was stuck at, I think, Scotty or someone. And we're just playing for pride and entertainment. Okay, here it goes. We was left at 82 Monte Carlo. So let's go back down to what Eric Max says. Here it goes. He says, Mike Smith is the only coach in Falcons history with back-to-back winning seasons.
True.
That's true. Scotty also said Mike Smith had 5 straight winning seasons, but only 1 playoff win. Dan Quinn did it once. And why is he still a coach, Leo ATL? Because we still got game to play. And as he's saying is he's not worried about what people are saying and everything else about the criticism of his coaching styles. He's like, I'm not focused on that. We got to find a way to win games. And our players want to find a way to win games.
The season for something to be decided.
Right. It'll be the end of the season to something to be decided. Right. So Raheem said that this game doesn't matter. So we can just move past it. Raheem knows he's gone. That's why he's talking. Ski. They said they're not firing him and he's on contract till 2027, I think. That's what I heard. That he has a little longevity. And it says Jerome in the house. I said Jerome. I swear all these names are so funny to me. Unfortunately, Mac, I think we will have a first-time head coach next season, Clint Kubiak, but he comes from NFL bloodline. I bet he hired a vet OCDC if hired. And that's what Miss Pam was saying also, that she said, it can be a first time, as long as we have some veteran coordinators, and we do have someone that can really develop quarterbacks out here. So, and Ski also said, and this is one I wanted to highlight, he said, I disagree. I think we should blow it up. That's the problem. We keep making temporary fixes, but making small fixes such as firing coaches. No, everyone needs to be fired and looked at, including Rich McKay. But are you talking about who is everyone needing to be fired, though? Because we're talking about players and coaches. Yes, we are saying, yes, we do need to fix up that O-line coaching side, definitely. And of course, if you bring in a head coach, there is a possibility that we're going to also have to look for defensive. So unless they decide to keep our defensive coordinator, but if you're going to come in and you're going to be the man to come in and make some changes in here, you got to look at all the film. You got to look at every aspect of the Atlanta Falcons games, including defense. And to win this, win the argument of, hey, I am the best candidate for the job, you got to come in and say, how can we make this better? And it's going to be where that head coach was like, I already got a strategy. I got a plan. This is what I want coming in. It's going to come to that. So it's not a disagree. You're actually in agreement with us. We're just saying worst case scenario, Raheem Morris may still be here, though. I know our emotions are involved and everything else, but it's a possibility that he might stick around. Us as fans can't make the decisions. It is the front desk. It is Terry. It is Rich McKay secretly and off the blank. What's up, Corey? What's going on? How you doing? And Ski also said, I wish the players would criticize Raheem. The fans are literally booing, and you guys still are talking about fight.
Yeah.
Right. The fans were booing. Now, Mari, can you turn that light on for me? Thank you much. It don't got dark
Yeah,
outside.
I think the 12th man was the only one left in the stadium yesterday.
Yeah, I heard that.
I had some in my section, right behind on the side. I was like, oh my god.
Right.
But they were okay. They were nice. They weren't rude or anything. They're fine.
Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, can y'all hear Pam? No, I can hear her, but let us know if it's too low for you now. I might have to have you I don't know. They still say they can't hear you. I'm gonna might have to have you drop off, and then of course we got the show tonight anyway. This is just a short little segment, so I'm gonna probably start having the fans on. Chris Lewitt again says good afternoon, Falcons family. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Go ahead and hit that like button, share this out. If you're new to the channel, we do have a show tomorrow night, the Ladybirds of AFN at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're not going to have a special guest on tomorrow night. It's just going to be us ladies kind of analyzing what needs to happen. So we'll definitely go into more depth about it because I'm going to do a little bit more film study and also just kind of hear some more breakdowns and things like that so I can have a little bit more to kind of analyze what went wrong overall with this season. So I think that's what we're going to start kind of dissecting. We can get into defense, and then of course Ladybirds, we're going to kind of venture off once the season is over into a little bit more college ball, other sports, where I'm getting ready to gear up Georgia Sports Nation side. I had been on a hiatus for that channel for quite some time. We used to have a Hawks guy that actually got signed on with the Hawks. Shout out to I got Josh, and he's over there where he kind of gets inside skinny and things like that. So it's always good to see people branching off and doing their wonderful things. Because like I said, here this is your opportunity, this is your exposure for people to notice you. So shout out to him. He was able to get over there, and now he's kind of part of the media team, and I'm happy for him. Nice college kid and everything else. Nice guy. You guys remember he used to do the Hawks and Braves content on Georgia Sports Nation, and sometimes he will be on here. But we just haven't done it in so long because I'm opening it up to fans that want to be a part of that. Let me put up real quick, and then we're gonna open it up to the fans. Hold on, let me put up a picture here. Give me a moment. And I thank y'all for being patient with me when I had that interruption of the phone call. What's that studio? But Hazley, I can't pronounce it. Halsey HFW. I hope I'm probably butchering that. Some fans don't want to spend every waking moment repeating "Fire Raheem" over and over and over. There's other things to talk about, and I get it, and I definitely get it. But what else is there to talk about other than what I just mentioned? Of course, I'm glad you're here. Wonderful, but that's what the talk about. That is a topic of the Falcons fans right now. I've watched a number of shows. I was just watching, like I said, One Time for the Fan. T. Will, Big Low Country was over there. I also tuned in to Smitty Smith. Same sentiments. So right now, that's why we're venting. Right now, the fan base is kind of up in oh my goodness, no longer in the playoffs, even though it wasn't a surprise here. But that's what we're talking about. So, but what the vent is for us to kind of still be uplifted. Still go to the games, support your team, go see, your favorite people at the games, eat your $2 chili dogs that Pam absolutely loved, and get your cut waters and stuff, and just it's a club now. Go in there and just enjoy that. We still have some games to play here, and this is where now the players, they don't have anything to lose, so they're just going to want to play to make sure they get on somebody's squad, if not this squad. So that's where the main focus is going to be moving on. Now, who stays, who goes, and that's kind of what we're going to start breaking down on the Ladybirds of AFN. Tonight is more of a vent session, and getting it on out. Then we can get into the some more conversation about it. And Stephanie Houston said, "Good evening, my Falcons family. Good evening." She said, "Rise up." Another lady in the house. I love to see it, Stephanie. Keep following. Keep following. I thought we weren't going to be picking high as top 10 in the draft. We aren't. We don't have a first round. We'll be high in a second, I believe. Thanks for saying that, Christy. It's low, but hey, we just gonna work with it. Fight for your job. I know that's what we were seeing. What Ski said. What's up, everyone? What's up, Jamie? How you doing, Jamie? Eric Mack said this is sad. Will Raheem be fired? There you go. Will he be fired? Who's to say? Right now, he's still holding press conferences and things like that. So, right now, he's still here, babies. He's still the head. So, might as well get used to it. But I wanted to put this picture up here. Okay. So please hit that thumbs up. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. All right, so we got 30 minutes in where I said I'm going to go ahead and start dropping the link to our fans. I think that the players are underrated, confident. Yeah, just like what 680 the fan was saying when they kind of was calling out Rich McKay, and they follow up with an interview after that, on their show, and they was like they don't like really going into they don't get asked to go into the press conferences because. And I think they get those reporters that kind of dance around the questions a little bit. But we did have a little heavy hitter in the last Raheem Morris conference. If y'all go back and watch, he was kind of questioning special teams. It's like, what are you to say for their failures? And it was kind of one of those things where he tried to deflect it. And it's like, I can't focus on that right now. And the players got to, they got to find a way to win. And now they're playing for their jobs, blah, blah, blah. So it was a little bit of, I was like, okay, go ahead, start asking these questions, media team. But this kind of shows you how it goes, that they're probably asking people to, make us look good in the spotlight. So you bring up a good point, Miss Christy Lewis. Bro Des Shabazz says we don't have a quarterback to develop. We don't, but we still have Michael Penix back there kind of just chilling on the sideline watching, so we also have a old quarterback, so we got to have somebody that's going to work with him real well and get him. If we're going to hold on to him, somebody that's going to get in here and say, all right, now, especially with the better head coaching or whatever the case may be, someone that gets outside of that offensive coordinator's head and run different plays and things like that. So, yes, we don't have a quarterback to develop. Yes, we're still looking the same going to year 2026 quarterback situations, but who's to say? You never know what's going to happen. So, Ms. Pam?
Yeah, I'm back. Can you hear me?
I can hear you better. I don't know what happened.
That's probably because I was in the car.
Okay.
That could be it.
Okay. So I hear you better. Okay. So, what was, the person that was saying that, and I'm going to drop this link, the person that was saying that they're tired of talking about the head coach situation and the fans are tired of hearing about it, but the fans are still talking about it. So, what do you think about that?
I think fans are kind of tuning out. They want to focus on other areas, other teams and stuff like that. Right. It's pretty a dismal season.
Right. And I think, like I said, the vent session is basically just let's get it all out, get it off your chest. But then it's like, we still got game to play. We still got things to do. It's still things we need to analyze. And of course, one of the questions is head coaching. That comes with it. That's a part of team development. So you're going to hear this over and over and over again. And Chrissy Williams says, no one wants, let me go ahead and put this in the chat. No one wants to step in hot garbage since we are already a few games until the end of the season. They don't need distractions. The players will be demonstrating their talent to stay or be traded, like we stated. And she said it very beautifully. You can hear that a little bit. Okay, so now, and I know we can hear you much better now. I kind of figured because you was in the car.
I was in the car. Yeah.
Okay. I don't even want to discuss draftees and free agency possibilities until coaching decisions are made. Right. I also don't want to get into drafty and, situations like that either because you can put a Band-Aid on the Buick. It's still gonna be that old damn Buick with a new car door. So until coaching gets it right, or we find out what they're gonna do with the coaching staff, you kind of have to. You can't dodge it. Kelvin O'Connor 6060 said, just in this crap season already. And that's the fans' kind of sentiments now. A lot of them saying, I'm not going to another game. I'm done. It says, what's happening? If you sat back and watched, McKay has been running the flow for quite a while. If he's the GM, is he the GM then? It makes you question, Raymond. But we already know. He was exposed. He even says he's called upon when there is help. But aren't your hands supposed to be over there at Atlanta United? Aren't your hands elsewhere? But we already knew it. Falcons fans know. Falcons fans, you can't fool us. And Chrissy again said, I want to go back into soccer. We'll focus on Atlanta United. My kids used to play and I used to watch back then. And that's why I said Georgia Sports Nation. I think you said that. Let me put this up here. And of course, the link is dropped. If you want to jump on, you don't have to be on camera at all. Just say your piece. But I wanted to put this up here just to kind of give you just an idea that I am recruiting. And of course, us ladies, we will touch on it on our show as well. A little bit of Hawks, a little bit of Braves, a little bit of college ball as well. And then, of course, developing of the new women's soccer league. Let me get this real quick, Miss Pam. I don't hope it's not important. 1 second. Right. Business. So I wanted to put up this picture. Just kind of talk about Georgia Sports Nation a little bit. And I see we have some people coming in the background. I see y'all. Thank y'all for jumping on with us. We'll get y'all in a minute. Did I put it in the overlay? I sure did. Miss Pam, are you still with me? I think Pam jumped off. Oh, she was having some technical issues, people. And I thank y'all for just being on here with me. Appreciate you guys. I said we'll go until 6 o'clock. I know we got a lot of other shows coming on tonight, including our show with T. Will at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you definitely go to for my ATL Sports. I see Curtis in the back. Let me bring you up in a moment, Curtis. I just wanted to put up this picture real quick. I got so many pictures, I swear. That's why I need an assistant, y'all. Y'all don't understand the hard work that it goes into operating a channel of different individuals. I do have, so many shows, so many projects that I do as Maggie T Productions. I got a lot going on sometimes. I definitely have a lot going on. So, but thank you guys. Y'all in the background. I'm gonna bring y'all up in a minute. But this is Georgia Sports Nation. Thank you, Christy, again. It's all sports, all Georgia sports under one roof. So that includes the Atlanta Braves. I do have my twin sister and Sonia Howell. They will be debuting their season right before spring training for the Braves next year. Look out for that. So it's another lady panel with my twin sister and Sonia. Congratulations to them for joining the Georgia Sports Nation channel, as well as I am recruiting. And I do have some people that are already interested in talking some Braves, Hawks, Atlanta United, Atlanta Dream, etc. So if you guys are interested in joining me on the Georgia Sports Nation, come join me. Let's talk some other sports outside the Falcons because eventually we're going to get tired of talking about them. So that's why the Ladybirds are going to start incorporating a little bit of all sports into their conversation. But for right now, let's go ahead and bring on our guest. I'm going to bring back Miss Pam. Miss Pam, are you back with me?
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's no problem. So we're going to bring in Curtis since he's first, and then we'll bring in Deshaun also. Like I said, we're just going to 6 o'clock. Deshaun, are you ready? I see him. Okay. All right. Hey, how you doing? No, Deshaun, excuse me, Curtis. My bad. What's happening?
Man, not much. Kind of got something I want to talk about right quick. I just want to get your take on something.
Okay.
So after watching the game yesterday and doing a little analysis in my own, I come to figure out something. That our OC is hindering the progress of this team.
Mm.
Raheem Morris has some blame in it, but when I think Dave Archer said on the forgive me, he said on the game broadcast that they knew what audible we checked to, and they was ready for it.
Right.
And they got me to thinking like, dog, the OC, like, really, dude, come on, bro, like. If the league is caught on to you, then it's time for you to leave the league and do something else because we got too much talent on this team to be as vanilla on offense as we are.
Right. I agree.
And yeah, we did not have Drake. Yeah, we didn't have Drake London, and that's the issue again. Is you paying Darnell Mooney all this money and you're gonna get one catch for 60 yards? Like, what am I paying you for?
Mm-hmm.
So it just gets back to personnel and play calling with me. But that's just my take.
Okay, but you know what, your sentiments, and and it's great that you're here because we had you on the show last time, but I think there was some audio issues a little bit where it was some people said they couldn't hear you that well, so I'm glad that you're back.
Okay.
So we'll probably have you come back on another time and we'll redo. But I just wanted to hear your take here because I know you definitely are an optimistic fan. But I love that you did break down and look at the team, and you gathered kind of what everybody is gathering. Definitely, Morris, that offensive coordinator, some got to give there, and special teams.
Definitely special teams. I was ready to throw my TV out the window.
And I want to talk about these turnovers after, like, what happened in the second half? What happened?
The bottom fell out.
Yeah. And of course, Seattle, they came in and adjusted. And like you said, it was predictable. They knew it was going to come, and they was ready for us.
Not only were they ready for us, they knew what we were going to do.
You said what now?
They knew what we were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the adjustments we did make, they knew the adjustments.
Right.
And that goes back on the offensive coordinator. We're not even imaginable when it comes to offensive play calling.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a reason that Steele and Drummond and Hodges, it's a reason they are who they are. And it's a reason that Drake is who Drake is. You can't expect them to make Drake type of plays. And I just feel like the OC needs to lead.
And we need that. Like Pam said earlier.
It's time for the OC. Now, me, I hate to say it, and I hate to see somebody get fired, but this is the first time I'm actually vowing for an offensive coordinator to lead, bro. You can lead a day.
Well, because we have so much film now to make that determination. Maybe early in the year, it would have been too premature to say that. But at this point, after so many collapses of this team, you have to go back and watch and say, what the hell went wrong? And yes, execution, players missing catches, fumbles, all the above. Yes, it's an overall team issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a gray area somewhere that needs to change. And I do definitely do agree with you that offensive coordinator, he gotta go. He gotta go. He gotta go. So I want to bring Deshaun on as well. Deshaun, you can go ahead and jump in with us.
How's
You know,
everybody doing?
our let it out. And how are you feeling today?
I'm good. How's everybody else doing?
All
We're
right.
good. We're good. We're good. Glad
I,
you're
I,
here
just,
with us. Just give me your thoughts.
I just like to say we really been playing with our, our emotions
Hmm.
because Raheem do not know what he's doing. I can tell by the way he speak, and I
Hmm.
can tell by the way this team organized.
Hmm.
Our OC, like the guy Curtis just said, he letting the other teams know his hand.
Right.
Um, to me, until we get somebody who got more experience as a head coach, who know what they want and who's a leader of man, and stop all these mind games. I mean, I don't mind you being friendly with the with the players.
I mean, I don't mind
But,
you being a player's coach that players love to be around, but that Caden Ellis, if y'all heard it, and I'm gonna mute you, Curtis, a little bit while I'm, because it's
No
low
problem.
feedback, unless you can come in and come back out. Because at
No,
first it
you
wasn't
good.
a
Go
feed.
ahead. Go ahead. Do what you gotta do.
Okay. Um. So
but
what I was saying was, Caden Ellis. I'm just
I
gonna
just didn't
repeat
say
the
that.
last part of what he said, and you just kind of give me what you think about it, because he was once again asked about Raheem Morris coming in after the Seahawks game and saying just fight, to the Seahawks, and it was saying basically, so when he's saying fight, it's not a lack of we haven't been fighting. It's all right, guys, keep going. That's really what it means. It's a battle cry, a rallying call to keep pressing, to keep trusting what we're doing, to keep moving, to keep going. Not a, hey, you're not giving me enough. It's a
No,
keep giving me what you're giving, sort of thing. So you can find an area to give me more, do it, but keep
I
fighting.
don't think it's that. I think it was this movie I watched a long time ago. It was a war movie,
Hmm.
and the captain of well, I think it was the army or something like that. Most of his men was defeated, and he came back to his few men. And as a defeated thing, they asked him, "What we gonna do?" And he said, "Out of because he didn't have no answer. He said, just fight." It like it wasn't like a inspiration fight. It was like just fight, like that's all you can do because he had no answer. Like Raheem, he had no answer. So the quickest thing in his mind is fight
Fight.
because
Yeah.
you don't have no structure, you don't have no leadership.
Hmm.
Only thing comes to your mind is fight. So when Ellis came up there, he said out his mind, he said after the touchdown, the return touchdown, they were defeated. It was over.
Hmm.
Even Abraham said it when they ran that when they came back from halftime and they did a return touchdown. Game was over
Right.
because all through the first half they were like you say they were eating nachos, clapping, happy. But soon they came back from halftime. Everybody here was on. And you know what? People keep telling me, "Oh, the locker room is still there." No, they're not. The reason I say they're not because if you look at the press conference when they talk, people that are excited or are really into it, they don't sound like, "Yeah, we won there. Uh, we got to wait till the next game." That sounds
Hmm.
so weary, drowning. Like they better go in there and cry. I'm like, no. And to me, somebody said on another on the radio.
And hold on one second, Deshaun. Curtis, if you can
Yeah.
check that private chat there, if you can see the private message, I sent you a message. If you can see it, let me know. I'm gonna have you kind of reset, come back. There we go. Perfect. I want him to finish, be able to talk because he had some good points. Thank you. And go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Oh yeah, on the radio they said the team already gave up on Raheem, but what y'all don't know, Raheem gave up on the team.
You think Raheem gave up on the team?
Yes, because the way the guy described it, his whole demeanor changed from 4 weeks ago. He's not excited. He's not rah 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 like he was. He's not telling jokes and like that. He come to the interview like, oh well.
Yeah, he is. His head is down. He's a little bit more flustered. You can see it in his face that he knows that his behind is being looked at. The press conference, they're starting to ask some tough questions like, "Hey, what do the team is failing. What's up? Where's the accountability about this?"
And he's snapping on him when they ask him a question. He's on snapping on him. He's snapping back like, "Well, do what I said, do what I do."
Right.
Stacks for losers. I'm like, what the hell?
Right. And I want to give it back to Curtis, Deshaun. Curtis, if you come on in and just your thoughts on just actually Raheem Morris kind of giving up. What do you think about that?
I don't think he gave up per se.
Okay.
I think it's frustrating as a head coach knowing that your team is this close. We're in every game, we're competitive, and we always find a way to lose it. Would that be on special teams or anything else? I think the frustration of the season is what we saw yesterday. It's the same question after every game. Hold on 1 second, Bookie.
Kids, I tell you.
1 second.
Kids.
But what we saw yesterday was the frustration of a 7-game losing streak. Same questions, same answers.
Right.
And it's just that's all it is pretty much. I mean, if I get to the point where I'm like, you know what, OC got to go, then I know it's a problem for me.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm very surprised to hear you say it because I know at first it was like, give him more time, but after that, I also agree with you. You kind of got to go back and look at it. And it's like, what's happening here? I need to analyze this a little bit more.
That's what we got to do. I don't think he lost the locker room.
Give it that offensive coordinator. Say it again. You said you don't think he lost the locker room?
I don't think he's lost the locker room. But I do agree with his sentiment about this week. If you're not ready to come win the football game, don't come to work on Monday. I'm going to say that to the fans. If you're not ready to give 110% for the last 3 home games that we do have, 2-3 home games that we do have, by all means, sell your tickets. But know this, you're going to have a lot of Saints fans in the building on the 4th. There's going to be a lot of Rams fans in the building on that Monday night game. So be prepared, Falcon fans that do come, for you to be outshined in your own building by the opposition.
And you said a point there. And, it was also an argument on social media. I can't remember what page it was on, but someone was basically like, we should boycott, kind of like how the Atlanta, they didn't necessarily boycott, but Atlanta United stopped going to games because we were starting to have losing season. We had 1 championship, and then that was the done deal. Let me put you on mute again, Curtis. That was a done deal on that, where the fans was like, I'm fed up with Atlanta United. They're not giving us any type of wins. We're tired, and that's the heart of that stadium, to be honest. Like, those fans come out and they support soccer. They support. And then someone tried to argue me down, like, that's not going to work. I didn't say necessarily boycott, but what Curtis said, he's basically, it's like, if you go half-ass, it's going to be so many other fans in that stadium. The players look out there in the rafters and look for the fans. they said at the beginning of training, when it was the hype, right there at Atlantic Station, they spoke to Bijan and a couple of other players, and they was like, "What is it? What makes y'all motivate? What brings y'all?" And it's like the fans. The fans are the reason that we play hard. The fans are the reason why we give a damn. Even if our coaches is letting us down, we know our fans gonna be on that sideline in the heat of July at training camp, burning up. I mean, burning up. Thankfully, the Falcons gave us little wet towels to put around your neck. Shout out to them in the cold water and all that, because we was having ice baths out there and high fiving players. We were just that determined. I went to, I think, 3 training camps. I'm out there. I probably sweated like a Hebrew slave out there, but I wanted to see my damn Falcons. I had my little butt blocking everybody. I was like, I'm blocking the sun.
Maggie, one person said she said she went to the stadium Sunday and was hollering about it there. She said, I mean, everybody not doing well, at least the defense doing good. They're gonna need to hear you. Then one guy said, I'm from Atlanta, born and raised. And if you ain't doing nothing to make it pop, we ain't coming. Like this. She said, I don't care what other stadium may do, they may come. If they never won a game, Atlanta folks do not come if it ain't been a picture. I like, damn.
But yeah, we're a transplant city. I agree. It's a lot of fair weatherness going on.
Yeah.
And I know the people that I've had on, like the super fans, I'm actually want to reach out to a lot more content creators to come on to the channel. They're going. Now I did see one time of the fan, Jack Spade, he was like, you know what? I'm not going to go travel with the team the remainder of the season, but I'll be in my seat at the stadium. He said, of course, he got a son that's playing sports and things like that, or a child. So it's like it's some fans that are still like Karina. She's one of them. She still is traveling. She already got her tickets. She said, "Hey, it's an opportunity to go to New Orleans." I'm sorry, the away games that we have coming up. She said, I'm still going and I'm still going to be perfect attendant for my, so there's very passionate fans, and I need these passionate fans. I'm going to play the song at the end that y'all need to hear about our passionate fan base that kind of just like, the playoff season is over, but of course we still got some football to see and watch some players get out here and fight for their job. Mr. Curtis, I think you're giving your thoughts about the fan base.
Yeah, let me just give y'all a background on me as far as the fan is concerned. I started out as a season ticket holder. A friend of mine came to me and was like, hey man, you want to work for the Falcons? I said, yeah, what I need to do? He said, sell them the rest of your season tickets and you can be a flag runner. So I was the guy that was running the flag after every touchdown. Never missed a game. Nope, I take that back. I missed one game out of all my seasons I was working. I missed one game. The dome was rocking when we were winning. And even when we weren't winning, it still was loud. It still was a lot of people there. We moved over to the bins, and it's like, oh, wow, a new toy. Let me imagine everything, the club level, the seats, and everything. So I got back with what we now is known as the Energy Squad. We did a lot of stuff pre-game, breaks and things like that. But to bring it full circle, I've been a fan for my entire life. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly when it comes to the Falcons. I'm at every home game when I can be there. If I'm not at every home game, I watch it on TV. I'm watching every away game on TV. We have to show this team that we are with them through the hard times, not just the good. It's easy to root when it's good. It's damn near impossible to be that same energy when it's bad, but you got to give it. So that's what I'm challenging the fans for the rest of the season. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. We out of the playoffs. But take that good energy, winning some games, showing good energy, and let's build on that for next season. whoever the coach may be, whoever the OC may be, whatever happens between now and July of next year, let's just be positive. I was mad as hell yesterday, but I had to really think about what is the optimistic outcome of what can happen. We can win out, take that energy into next year, and Bryce can probably build on that. But fans, we got to come together and bring positive energy. Don't let the negative energy come into the stadium because the team needs that positive reinforcement even when things aren't going bad. We got to be loud. We got to be boisterous. We got to let our voice be heard.
Love that. I love that. I love that. And Raheem does not intervene when necessary and has demonstrated that he cannot pivot to lead under pressure. To take responsibility, call challenges, address repeat penalties, timeouts, and get some more to the fans. And then, of course, we're going to wrap it up and let everybody know where where to follow you and everything in a moment. Let's get to this couple of comments. And I'm going to play that Falcon song I got for you guys for the Atlanta Falcons Nation theme. It's speaking up. It is a hype song. If you haven't heard it already, I'm going to play it again. It says Floyd Dunley, ain't happening. Saints ain't. ain't. Okay. What are they saying to the players at halftime?
They hold my beer.
But probably. Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Real quick. I'm sorry. I got calls coming in. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm a busy lady. I've got all kinds of phone calls this evening. Turn down. Oh, he's fine. It's better now. There is an echo. Yeah, that's why I was muting him a little bit. That's okay. Technology. We got a Super Bowl. What does the Atlanta Falcons have? Nothing. We have each other. Rise up, Floyd. All Raheem needed to do for some tips is to drive down to Athens and just watch. Ooh, I heard that Terry was at the game, y'all.
Yeah, he was there.
I heard he was at the Georgia game. Fire Ramo, release him to take his $4 million a year to search for his own identity. Earth thought David Seals was the next Cooper Coop. Ooh. Hey, had to go. Okay, you had to go. Okay. She said, but Seals have been a little productive and at least one more touchdown than Mooney in his short time. Yes, Zach Robinson is a competent OC. So is Mr. 35 and 56 a competent head coach, and Zach Robinson would be a problem if Mr. didn't hire him. Ooh. Hey, Falcons facts. Hey, okay. As well as Raheem does not take responsibility. Even several weeks ago, he said they will not make right. When they was asked about the special teams coach, he said, no, I'm confident in my special teams. He switched for water to coffee in that last press conference. He's on the hot seat. Right. We are 4-9 now. We do have Blue Cloud. Andrew, what's up, dude? Big deal. The proclamation by Raw ain't got nobody scared. We see Johnny. He said, me or looking at offense with Cardale Hodge not being in the mix.
True.
Right. And Christy, Ghost Peppers replying to Christy, see, that's what I'm talking about, Falcons fam. But Mr. Fine Away Man didn't hesitate to fire like Hilliard, but Pistol Boy and Marquise Williams is doing so many wonders for this Falcons team. Sarcasm, I can smell it. The players may be under a non-disparagement clause in player staff contracts. The collective bargaining agreement with the players and NFLPA prevent public criticism of teams, and that includes the media. Because we did have Tori, mind you, on the show one time, and of course we kind of did hint on that. It was like, are you able to say what you want to say? A lot of them come on to the Atlanta Falcons Nation channel. It's like, you know what, I like it here because I can kind of say a little bit more than I have been able to say here, so they can kind of let their hair down a little bit and kind of give their opinions, but still uplift the team and bring them in a positive light. But there is so much you can say, which is sad because we need those heavy hitter media team in there kind of questioning a little bit more. So the players may not This dismay clause. Go ahead, Deshaun, and then we're gonna go ahead and close it.
I said you need to get a person from 680 Japan to be on your show.
Right.
They tell the truth.
I'm actually, thank you. Said I actually was going to reach out to them and see who I can get on the show to come on, because that would be lovely to have them on. Because I just want to commend them for just putting Rich McKay in that corner, and he had no choice. What do you think about that?
He was shaking like a tree.
Right. What do you think about that, Curtis?
I agree with that. It's just that I don't agree with home team on some of his aspects, but I do like the way they put Rich McKay, on that hot seat and ask him the tough questions. And I know John Michaels personally from 92 from 680. Me and him been cool for a while.
Okay, so we'll talk in the background, because I would like to know who I need to reach out to get 680 the fan on the show. Even if it's him, that would be amazing to have him on the show. And of course, I invite you on if you want to be a part of that.
Yeah. We'll work on it.
Okay, we'll definitely work on it. So we're getting ready to close this one out. Let me close. And this is the last comment from Christy. She is saying the fans have been there for years. Yet, what did we get? We take time off work and spend a lot of money on merch, tickets, lodging, travel, and food. We don't get paid millions to do it because we love and support our team. Then I'm going to play the song once we ride out. Stop bypassing Greg Beatles, the president of the Falcons, from the hot seat. He signs off on everything for the Falcons. And that's going to be a premiere to tomorrow night, Atlanta Falcons Nation, the Lady Birds of AFN. We will be going in extensive detail about, what now, what ifs, and what have yous. This is just our event session right here. And like I said, shout out to everybody that's been watching us tonight. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on the show. So we're going to close ahead and close this on out. And then, of course, I announce what's next in the next couple of hours, because the Lady Birds of AFN have been invited on to T. Will show. But let's start off with Deshaun. Deshaun, go ahead and just give us your closing remarks and let everybody know where to find you.
Okay. My closing remark, I just want the team to finish this year out and then find the new coach and OC that they need to help the team win. I'm about to get with a new production. They're going to analyze my movie that's coming out. You can find me on Facebook at Deshaun Caswell. You can see me on. No, just find me on Facebook. I was going to open it and finish doing it. Just on Facebook.
Okay, and yes, you got to tell me. I'm hoping. I know you've been trying to pitch this this Falcon story and everything. This dance story. The Yeek era. If anybody are in Atlanta and familiar with that,
it's like this. That's going to grade it. It is a bunch of writers and producers and directors. They're going to grade the movie, and by grading the movie, if I get approved, I get sent directly to somebody who will do my movie. So I'm really counting blessings and everything, and I'm just waiting for my time to shine.
And I would say take a look into that pitch as well and say, hey, could you, even if they don't approve it, allow them to give you some type of criticism about it. I read it. I think it's a good story. I think it's happening.
They're gonna break it down. They're gonna break it down to me. And if I have any mistakes, they will tell me how to correct it, and then I can send it back in. But if I don't correct it and send it back in, it's a done deal. I don't want to do it anyway. So I'm glad I got the Dustin company.
Okay, I'm gonna invite you back on, and on my Candid Room. That's my other channel outside of Falcon Sports, where you can come on and tell us about that. Like I said, Candid Room is where we talk about all things outside of sports. It's a place where we can vent, talk, and just talk about real life things. I promote businesses on that channel as well. So if you got any type of business outside of Falcons talk that you want to promote for yourself, join me on Candid Room on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. Thank you, Deshaun. Let me go ahead and get it on.
You have a nice one.
You too as well. Thank you. Appreciate you. Curtis. So let everybody know where to find you, because of course you just was on the show last week. If y'all go back and watch that episode, we probably have him back on, but give us a bit of who you are again.
Cuts. Curtis Smith ATL Anderson on Facebook. Cuts by Curtis, because I am a mobile barber as well. So if you need a mobile barber, you can holler at me on IG at Cuts by Curtis and TikTok at Cuts by Curtis. That's Cuts with a K. Um, Trying to get my podcast off the ground, man. Three guys just talking about sports and life, man. Um, I don't know. I don't have a name for it yet. I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay.
But I'm, just a regular dude, man, with a passion for sports and life. That's it.
Okay, so Cuts by Curtis with the K on all social media. He gonna get y'all head right for Christmas. Y'all can go be pretty in the living room, okay? As well as look out for a future show. But what are you doing right now? The name of your current solo show.
My current solo show is called The Real Dirty Bird Report, where we take an optimistic look at the week's game and leading into the following week's game. I bring on guests, that have opinions and want to talk, and give their opinion about the game or what's going on with the Falcons in general, sort of what you're doing tonight. There will not be a show tonight. So the shows now, I'm redoing it. They will re-air on Sundays at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Immediately following the Falcons, or Friday, which because we have a Thursday game, immediately game. So look out for the new time coming up with that.
Okay, great. Congratulations on the new time, and of course the new venture into a triple threat show with three guys that wants to talk about the love of the sports and everything else. I definitely encourage and congratulate you on that. Why not kind of deem it sort of what you already have, the Dirty Bird Report, and maybe just tweak it a bit, because you're kind of making the name of the Dirty Bird Report already. Why not just extend it with other people coming on? But that's just a thought I'm putting out there for you. Of course, I know you guys in the background talking about it, and whatever you come up with, I'm sure it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it, and just let us know once that name is come up with and you have a show debut. Let us know so we can tune in. The Ladybirds, the Atlanta Falcons Nation fan base, and I'm just loving that everybody's getting out here and starting to, create content for the Falcons, because ESPN ain't what's happening, and we need more of us as real fans to get out there in the mud, in the Georgia clay,
in the red heat.
Man, we over here. Yeah, it's PTSD about these Falcons, and I'm gonna fight anybody else like an Aints fan about our Falcons, no matter what. I don't care if we losing or not. I'm gonna fight tooth fists and nails about my Falcons. I don't give a goddamn about that. Well, appreciate you, Curtis, for coming on. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and let everybody know where to find me as well. And I want to play a hype song. If you want to stay put, you had one more thing.
Oh no, that's it. I just appreciate you for having me on. I know it's spur of the moment. Thank you, though.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, these events is kind of spur of the moment, never scheduled. I just felt like talking my piece, getting it out a little bit, and I know the fans wanted to as well. So I appreciate you joining me today. Fans, I know you're still here with me. I see y'all still in the chat. I want to play a hype song. And I played it on the Ladybird show last week. I know Miss Pam couldn't hear it, so maybe she can hear it this time. It's our Atlanta Falcons. It's called The Rise, produced by my guy, Mr. Cosmic. You've seen him if you watch my Candid Room show. You've seen him on the Candid Room. Where is it? Did I not put it in the? Okay, I'm gonna play it. Hopefully it's not too loud. And tell me in the chat. I want all your feedback, and I'll be posting your comments. So give me your last thoughts on about the season, and that way we can be playing this hype song. And I want to see you. I want to see you red and black. I want to see your feedback about this song, and then we're gonna close this thing on out. Let's do it, people. Here we go.
Y'all feel that rumble? It ain't over. We still feeling you around here.
Let me know if it's loud enough, people.
We not backing down. This is ATL. What you talking about? ATL in a Falcon Nation. Head high, red smoke in the hell, don't stop. Rise up, birthplace of the real, we pop. We not backing down. This is ITL. We hold that crown. ITL. We not backing down. Cosmic and Maggie T production pour the spark back into the flame. Atlanta Falcons nation lifted the city with a chant in the name. ATL, this ain't the end. This the moment you reclaim. Season ain't dead. The South just woke up.
Hey everybody, DJ Maggie T Productions on the track. I hope y'all like that. I see some compliments in there and everything else. My goal is, me and the Ladybirds have been talking about it in the background. I want all my content creators, I want all my fans. We're gonna make the debut for the Red and Black event. We're gonna host something where we're gonna all get together as Falcons fans and cheer. So if you are, you want to promote your business, get your Instagram, your hashtags on your t-shirts. We're going to be showing everybody off, showing that we're still here, we're still fans, we're still everything. So content creators, fans, super, what have you, kids, all of that. We want to get out there and show our hype. And then of course, every July we have our Red and Black Atlanta Falcons Nation event. I think I found a possible venue, and we're gonna do a little bit more grown and sexy. I'm thinking about it this time around. It's going to be AC. It's going to be cool. It's going to be comfortable because I know it's the hot of the hot. And that's right before training camp kicks off. So we will be debuting the video, and I want all our fans in that video, hyping it up. Okay. So if you like it, let's get out there, production team, all that. If y'all want to hit me up, camera crew, what have you, let's do it, people. Let's make this a project. Okay. I appreciate you guys once again. Like once I said, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Ladybirds will be on for My ATL Sports 1. That is 4, the number 4, My ATL Sports 1. Let me get that put up here. That's T. Will. You see him on One Time for the Fan. You also see him on his own solo shows. Tonight they had Big Low Country, Jack Spade, all of them on there, talking about, sports and everything and what they think about the season. So y'all go back and shout out to One Time for the Fan as well. And that's T. Will. With that being said, I appreciate you for just talking with me. We'll be back tomorrow with the Ladybirds of AFN at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday night, where the ladies will kind of chime in. So Miss Lakita, I know you was a little late. We'll be on tomorrow night at 8 p.m. as well as I will have my Candid Room. It's another channel that I have on YouTube where we talk about mental health awareness. Last week we talked about some juicy stuff. So we talk about everything out there. And next this Friday will be also just as amazing. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. I love y'all, fans. Like seriously, content creators, hit me up if you want to come on the show. You want to talk some sports balls with the Ladybirds, or you want to get on the Regulators, you want to get on any other show on the channel, just let me know. And as well as, like I stated before, we do have the Georgia Sports Nation getting ready to ramp back up. I've been putting that on the back burner, and of course, it's Georgia Sports Nation. That is where we talk about all things outside of Falcons football. That's Georgia Tech, Georgia State, Georgia Bulldogs, the Atlanta Dream, Atlanta United, Braves baseball, and more. And of course, the Atlanta Hawks. So if you want to get a part of that project, hit me up at maggietproductions@gmail.com. I really appreciate you guys. That's a secondary channel we have that I'm definitely wanting to build up with more sports content, because now we got the Atlanta Falcons Nation. Guess what? We got the Georgia Sports Nation as well. So on that note, you guys, you can still donate to the channel leading up to the next July event where we have our Teachers Fund donation on Cash App. That's Cash App / $Atlanta Falcons Nation, as well as GoFundMe. The link is in on my social media pages, Maggie T Production. You want to donate super chat to the channel, we really do appreciate you because we want to give back to our fans during that Red and Black event and those educators. You'll definitely be back tomorrow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, good night. Please tune into my ATL Sports 1 on social media. I'll share the link also once it's ready. Good night, people. Thank you for hanging in on the Falcons couch. Have a good one, people. See you tomorrow and also tonight on T. Will Show. Good night.